The number one problem that most musicians that try to build and run businesses seem to have is the fact that they cannot get clients. It's a very common problem, and of course, with that problem, with having no clients, you are not going to run a successful business with having no clients. It's just not going to happen. So this is a problem that people come to me with all the time, that people have all the time, and I have had in the past as well. It's very frustrating. I know all you want to do is just provide and show people that you're good at what you do, provide a good service, get better, and ultimately create a job out of your skills or what you have. And when you don't have clients, obviously you're unable to do that. It can be a very frustrating thing, but don't worry, you're not alone. I've been through this before, and that's why I'm creating this video, and that's exactly why I create videos just like this. I want to help you, so today I'm going to give you 2 ways you can leverage social media in order to build up your client base, start networking with people, build up the amount of people that have interest in your business and in your services, so you can ultimately then get some business on board, grow your income, and start making a success out of your skills with music. So I have on and off been trying to build businesses in the music industry since I left school at the age of about 16. So fast forward 8 or 9 years later, I've tried multiple things, I've failed as well, but right now I am building the biggest and best business that I've built yet. It's the only business really that I've made some serious money from, and I keep jumping in and out of this business full time and then going back to day jobs just because of how inconsistent things are at the minute in the world with the coronavirus pandemic going on. However, I believe that I've got to this point now through learning, self-educating, finding out the right things to do, and now I have finally found the right thing to do in order to get more clients. And I say now, I actually discovered this a few years ago, and I've been putting this into effect for the past few years, and I believe that's the only reason why I've seen clients coming through the door. And as of doing that, I've been lucky enough to work with people all around the world on all kinds of projects. So this does work, and ultimately I want this to work for you as well. So without further ado, here are 2 ways you can leverage Facebook and Instagram to get more clients for your business. So this all depends on which social media you use for your business. You know, it's all down to personal preference really, but the first point and tip that I'm going to cover is using Instagram. Now, I have personally used Instagram to grow this business, the Professional Musician Academy, and the way I've done that is essentially I've typed in on the hashtag search something to do with what my potential clients would post about. So for example, I'm looking for musicians to help who want to grow a business. So I'll type in things like guitarist, session musician, session guitarist, session drummer, drum cover, guitar cover, to basically find those posts that the people that are in this game would be posting. And once I've found the posts, I can then click onto the profiles of those people, see what they're doing, see what they're up to, see what's on the profile, and then I can gauge whether or not that is the sort of person that I want to interact with, or whether that's a person that I think I could help or not. Now, this is all down to your own guesswork really. Obviously, you can't tell 100% what that person's going to be like or what they want or what their goals are just from the profile, but you should be able to get a rough idea just whether or not it'll be a good idea to start a conversation with them or not. So like I say, I basically search for a hashtag, click onto the most recent posts once or twice a day. I'd scroll through them posts. Once I found a good post with somebody that I clearly know, they know what they're doing, the quality of the post is good, I click on the profile and it doesn't look, just like any old drummer's profile. It looks like somebody that wants to push onto the next level and try to earn a living from drumming. Then I'll go into the profile, I'll message them, and I'll introduce myself and basically take the conversation from there. So basically, you'd be wanting to do this once or twice a day, just whenever you get a spare 5 or 10 minutes, and message about 10 people a day if possible. It's always worth remembering when doing this though, that your goal is to make genuine connections with people, network, get people to follow you, you follow other people. It's not about just your numbers, about building your followers or getting more likes on your posts or any of that crap, because in a business sense, that doesn't matter. What matters is the amount of people you connect with, the amount of people that you stay in touch with, basically the size of your network, because it's that network that you're going to stay in touch with provide more value to them, and it's those people that are going to end up referring you or coming back to you for your services. So once you reach out to somebody and very briefly introduce yourself, and I say briefly because you don't want to say a lot about yourself because it'll just sound like you're talking about me, you. Briefly introduce yourself, and then what you want to do is ask about what they're up to. What do they do? Show a genuine interest in what they do. You need to be asking about their goals, what their struggles are, and basically pinpoint a way that you can add value or help that person. If you can provide any kind of value, any kind of help to that person, refer them to, some resources online or a good video that might help them with a struggle, or connect them with another musician or anything that could help that person out in their goals, then that person is going to remember you, they're going to be grateful, they're going to want to stay in contact with you, and at some point they will want to reciprocate that offer and help you in the future as well. And that is where people can start referring others to you, or you may be surprised further down the line when people actually come back to you and ask to pay for one of your services. So basically, if that person, they reply to you, they seem like very positive, they want to talk to you, you have a conversation, they sound like someone that wants to stay in touch and or use one of your services in the future, then that means that person has qualified themselves as a lead. A lead is someone that would want to work with you in the future and someone that's your ideal client. So if they qualify as a lead, then essentially you'll need to add them to a CRM. And a CRM is just basically like a posh business version of a contact storage system. So you'll basically add people's contact details on there, just the email or the social media username, nothing too personal, obviously. You'll add them to there. And what you'll basically do with each person is write down, just take a rough note of your conversations. And what this does is it gives you reminders, like follow-up reminders, to actually catch up with these people on a semi-regular basis, just so you stay in top of mind, because you need to keep staying top of mind with these people. You need to keep following up with them, saying hi, seeing how they're doing, seeing if they have any problems. You need to keep doing that in order to stay top of mind and be within the best chance of that person hiring you or remember to refer you in the future if they know someone that needs your services. So I personally use a CRM called HubSpot. It's a free software that, like I say, I use. There are paid versions of it, but you can go to a higher tier. But personally, I don't find the use for that. I don't find the need for that. The free version does everything that I need it to. So I assume it'll be the same with you. But I am an affiliate there. I won't get paid because you won't be paying for anything. So I will just recommend, just out of ease, just click that affiliate link, go and sign up for free, and that's your CRM sorted. So every person that qualifies as a lead who you contact every day needs to go into that CRM, and then the hard work begins. You need to keep following up with them on a regular basis, somewhere between every 2 weeks and every month, depending on how the conversations are going. You might get a vibe that you're just popping up a bit too often, and if so, just give them a bit of breathing space for three months or something like that. Just use your common sense, really, just as you would a friend. Just remember to stay in touch with them, because that long-term staying in touch with them will end up, sprouting into very positive things in the future. And if at the very least, you've got yourself a friend. The second way you can get clients online through social media is on Facebook groups. Now, Facebook groups are brilliant things. There's thousands and thousands of them online, and some of these groups contain, tens of thousands of people. That's a lot of potential clients. So all you really need to do is find a handful of groups where your potential clients will usually be. So, for example, in my business Drum Audio Editing, I edit audio tracks for audio engineers. And because of that, I am in a few groups that have audio engineers in. And that is because I can interact with that group, I can add value, I can make connections, make friends on there, stay in touch with them, add them to a CRM, and then eventually, hopefully, turn them into a client in the future. And that is what you need to be using Facebook groups for as well. Like I said, there's tens of thousands of people in some of them, so why not make the most out of that resource? It's absolutely free. All it takes is your time. Now, of course, you could go down the same route as what I explained in the Instagram section of this video. You can find people manually, find individuals on there, you can look at the profile, and if they seem like a good fit for you, you can also DM them and go through that route. But a good thing about a Facebook group as well is you can actually go down the feed every day or every few days. You can interact with posts, give people advice, answer questions people are asking, and basically show up like that. On top of that, you can also take in, common questions or common problems that people have on this group, and you can start creating content. So just like what I'm doing now, you can start creating videos, blogs, articles, and then you can post these on there, which I recommend on a weekly basis, and then you're giving value to that little online community. And when you're basically doing this for a given period of time, maybe over a few weeks or a few months, people will start to look at you as a bit of an educator, as someone that just likes helping people, and you will make a lot of connections from being that kind of person. So it's definitely worth your time doing that as well. But like I said, it's not limited to also just messaging people individually, just like I explained on Instagram. Just a note though, be careful not to spam others, because that can get you kicked out of these groups. And also when you're posting about your content, make sure you make that post about you helping them and not them helping you by looking at your content. So for example, don't say, hey, here's some new content, check it out. You can say something like, hey guys, I've been looking through some posts over the past few weeks and a few of you seem to be struggling with this. So what I've done is I've wrote a quick article on this topic to hopefully help some of you. So just click on this if you do need the help. There's a massive difference between those two approaches. So make sure you make it about you helping others, because then they'll be much more likely to actually click on the post. And of course, that's going to help you. It's going to help your website by giving your website traffic as well. So, creating content, it has so many other benefits. But in Facebook groups, like I said, posting valuable content to a Facebook community is going to be massive for helping you build up your connections, build your network, and getting more clients in the future. Not to mention, if you're sending people to a blog post on your website, people will then most likely click onto your homepage, start browsing through your website. Before you know it, you start building up a bit of brand awareness and you start getting more quotes through online from your website. It's not rocket science at all, really. It's just about people skills. In 2021, there's no place anymore for sleazy sales tactics or things like that. If you are transparent, you're a good person, you're willing to offer your time and knowledge to help people, then people are going to want to give you something back. So the nicer person you are, really, the more you like giving value to other people, the better you will be in any business, I believe, and especially in the music industry. So all I say to some of this video is just, be friendly, try and make genuine connections with people, give your time, be valuable with your time, be valuable with your knowledge and your resources, give to people, and you will definitely get something back.